Hello, sleepyheads, and welcome to my worn out sheets and books. We're doing a book haul today. One of which I received in the mail today. Two of which we got at Costco. One of them is not for me, it's for my grandma. These ones are from Barnes & Noble, mostly. Also, one of these is for my grandma. And then these ones are from bookshop.org and Thrift Books. Or maybe they're both from Thrift Books. I've kind of put two, but I don't know. I just keep filling up this box of books. I have one bookshelf in my room and it's full. Because I used to have more and now I don't. Anyways, I thought I could go over books with you. Hooray. First of all, this one came in the mail today. Yesterday was my birthday. Turned 29. And so we went to Barnes & Noble and got a whole bunch of books. But this one came in the mail that my friend sent to me for my birthday. She picked out a few books and they're coming on different days. So she asked if I had ever read The Night Circus, and I was like, not yet, but it's in this box. And she's like, oh, dang, I was going to get that for you. How about The Book Thief? And I was like, not yet. And I don't own it for, no good reason. I just hadn't gotten around to it. So she sent this to me. I'm not excited to read it because I don't get excited about books. Even when I am excited, I'm not excited. I don't know how to explain it. Anyways, I will devour this. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that they dislike The Book Thief. So, should be a good time. And there's I don't love that it says this on the front, but I do like that the letters are raised. And I like the font. And there's some stuff in the back about his writing process, which is always fun, I think. Okay, so that's number 1. This is the sequel to the Inheritance Games. You can see which I got the Inheritance Games at Walmart for my grandma. I just picked it up. I thought she'd like it. She did, so I picked this up. It's for Christmas for her. I haven't read them. It's not really my genre, but that's for her. I like the covers though. They're cool style. Okay, then from the Barnes & Noble haul, I got this graphic novel. I'd never heard anything about this, but I saw it, just like this on the shelf. And, oh, Squire, that's intriguing. And so I picked it up, and it's a thick book, right? Born a second-class citizen, Isa has always dreamed of becoming a knight. I read that, and I'm like, yes, that sounds fun. And I look through, and the art style is cool. And I think it's gonna be good. And it's good to have and it was not expensive for what it was, really. For a graphic novel, it's only $15. It's pretty good. I really do it's simplistic, but there's still the right amount of detail to, each character has definitely their definitive look. Yeah. Anyways, so that one. I'm going a little bit quick because I really do have a lot of books here. Then I got this. Gonna peel the sticker off. Dance of Thieves. I've heard good things about this, especially from Kerrigan Reed, and we tend to have. Why are there always motorcycles going past my house? We tend to have fairly similar tastes. I mean, she is hugely into enemies to lovers, which I don't particularly care about. But besides that, she picks up on like similar writing quirks and things that I do. So I saw this one and Vow of Thieves in hardback, and I don't prefer hardcover. Hardcover is for like special edition books or like really, really pretty embossed covers or compilation, things. Like that video I made with the Tales of Earthsea, and they're all together, and the illustrations, everything, that's hardcovers, because that's special exception. But then I found this in paperback, and so I picked it up. And I do really like this cover. It's so many covers have like the same style of design. There's like a rose and a heart or a crown or a weapon, and then there's flowers around it, and the letters weave in and out, and that's just a style, and it's fine. Anyways, I like this cover. It makes me happy that it's a little bit different. I don't remember exactly what it's about, except that it's supposed to be really good, and that's fine. And the font is like a good size. Yeah. It's in first person, which isn't my favorite, but definitely gonna give it a try. And if I don't like it, I will give it away to somebody, and that's fine. But I think I'm gonna like it. Hefty book too. Oh, and there's this nice map. Pretty map. I don't prefer maps that go right on the inside cover like this, because then you have to like stretch out the book to see it. I think that's kind of a mistake. Prefer it to have, just on a page, or do a small one on the page, and then do like a close-up of the important part the next page. That's okay. That's gonna be good. Okay, then I got for the buy one get one half off, I got this one, Legendborn. I was looking at To Kill a Kingdom, but I couldn't remember if that one was like a letdown or a good one, and I thought it was a letdown, but this one was good. And right after that, my sister had called me and said, "Don't get this book," and it was To Kill a Kingdom, so that is perfect. Switch hands, because my arm's getting tired. But also, like, look at this cover. So pretty. I love her hair, the texture in it, and then this magic around like that. Super cool. Just really like that. And the embossing here. This thing. Some of my favorite books do that, but also it does look kind of cool. I'm not mad about it. It's fine. So that's gonna be good. Then I own this book, but in the old cover, and this is so gorgeous. I own Winter Keep, the fourth one, in this new cover, and it's so pretty, and I don't hate it if my books don't match. I don't like it if I have one hardcover. I don't know. I don't hate it if my books don't match. Like the Raven Chronicles, whatever they are. I have the fourth one. I have 3 paperback and 1 hardcover, and that doesn't super bother me. But the covers are all the same. Anyways, these are just really pretty covers, and I needed to have them in my life, so I saw them, and I got this one, Riesling, and there was only one of fire, so I quickly snatched that up, and there was only one of bitter blue, so I quickly snatched that up, so now I have them all, the same covers, and as soon as there's a fifth one that is out or is coming out, about Hava, I don't remember which one, I don't remember what it's called. But if it is out, it's definitely not out in paperback yet, so I'm gonna wait to get it. But it's also in this gorgeous style. I just adore. These covers are so pretty. Look at all the little liney details. And of course, bitter blue is my favorite, and it's the purple one, so that's fantastic. And then I also picked up Gracie graphic novel, which I didn't know there was a graphic novel. And I was looking at it online, but I couldn't really see pictures of the inside, so I checked, and yes, I do like this art style. Because, I would like to read the Umbrella Academy graphic novels, but I do not vibe with the art style at all. That would just be so distracting. I would not really enjoy reading the story because I would be so visually annoyed. But this is nice. I like this. So we've got graphic novel there. My books are gonna fall over if I stack them up. Do I? Next. Okay. We'll just move them here. Hang on. I highly recommend these ones. Okay. I've read these several times, and especially the Bitter Blue. I've read probably 5 or 6 times, and I adore them. Fire, I'll agree. Okay, Graceling it's the first one. It's definitely the weakest one, but it's still good. The world that it is setting up is really interesting. The way the magic of it works, it's very interesting, and has very not insanely unique characters, but this specific. I don't know, their dynamics, the two main characters, their dynamic is very specific. I don't know. It's good. Then Fire, I recommend, technically you could read Fire before Graceling, but I recommend reading it after Graceling, because it's more of a companion than a sequel, but I would read it after Graceling. And this one, not everybody gets into this one, or they don't like it as much as Graceling. I didn't get into it the first time I tried to read it, and then I came back later, and I was like, no, I really gotta give it a second chance, because I like this author. And I pushed through, it's a bit funky and awkward in the beginning, because it's a different set of characters, and you're in a different place, and the magic is kind of different. But once you get really into it, it is good. And the second half of the book, I think, is really good. It's very different, tone, not exactly tone-wise, but style-wise, kind of. It's a very different book, but it's still a very good one. And then Bitter Blue is, again, the style of it, because the characters are all so very different, this author is good at writing characters that are very specific and set apart from each other. I'm going on too long. This video is going to go forever. So each book has very distinct voices for the characters, which I appreciate, and I just really like Bitter Blue especially. Her personality is very much a mood, I think. She is relatable. Even when she's not relatable, she's relatable. Just her humanness, it's fantastic. And I think this one is possibly the best written of the bunch, even more than Winterkeep, which came after this one. Winterkeep is good. It's got a little bit of a different style again, the author evolving her style, but personally I think this one, not even just because it's my favorite character, but I just think objectively it might be the best one. Hard to tell though. And then I saw this journal. They didn't have a huge selection of journals. They had many, many planners, but not a huge selection of journals. But I saw this. It's purple and it's got a dragon. And Mom said, yeah, we'll get that for you for your birthday. I was planning on buying all my books for myself. And then Dad said, nope, it's fine. We'll get them for you because his love language is gift giving. So and then today we went to Costco mostly to get seaweed snacks, which we did absolutely get. There off to the side there. I got this one. I had to pause for a sec because something went in my throat. Which I've heard only very good things about this, and I think either my sister has read it or she got it with the intention to read it because she heard good. I don't know, but I wanted to read it. It seems interesting, and so here I have it. It seems also like an interesting kind of formatting, like a little bit odd, but I'm totally up for odd. Yeah. Okay. I don't even remember what it's about because my brain. And then this one is also for my grandma. I don't care about that at all, so we're moving on. Okay, books from Thrift Books. I got a whole bunch of books that I remember getting from the library and reading in high school and loving. So this one, you can see thrift, so they're not in the best condition, but it's fine. The words are legible, that's the main thing. This is a retelling of the Arabian Nights, but specifically about Scheherazade, not about the stories of the Arabian Nights, not the tales themselves. It's Scheherazade's story. And I've read a couple different versions of it. It's Scheherazade here. It's spelled differently depending on like which version you... I'm not sure which one is considered to be the correct one. But either way, I just really liked Cameron Doki. She's written a bunch of these in the Once Upon a Time series of books, this size. And I've read most of the books in this series. It's by different authors, but also Cameron Doki's written a few of them, and I just really like her style. It's simple, but it's poetic, and I haven't read this in years, but I remember loving it, so I'm excited to read it again. Similarly, Dragon's Keep, and then there's sequels after this one, so I'm gonna reread this about a girl who was born with the finger claw of a dragon, and there's something funky going on there, obviously. And I just remember that I liked it. I don't remember what the story is exactly. But if I do like this again, after I'll read this, and if I like it, then I'll probably I'll buy the sequels as well. There's like Dragon's Claw, Dragon's Milk. I think there's 3 or 4 sequels. I can't remember anymore. Anyways, books about dragons are always good. I've read so many of them. Gail Carson Levine, she wrote Ella Enchanted, and I think Ella... Did I buy it? Is it in this box? We'll see. I don't remember. But Fairest, this one's about a girl that is cursed to be ugly, and she makes friends with a prince, and their relationship, like their friendship, it starts with friendship. Again, I haven't read it in years, but it's just very... Gail Carson Levine, she just is very good at subverting tropes, or not necessarily subverting them, but just reworking them in a way that feels like, I don't know, it's new without it being, what's the word that I'm looking for? Sometimes a trope will be subverted, but it's in such a way that it's like, haha, aren't I so clever? I didn't do the normal thing. It's not that. It's well done trope subversion. So that I also got another one by this author. I don't know if it's readily available. I don't know. Let's take these. They're not any good. I put them in the box in order of being able to stack them well, so hang on. Should have thought about this. Oh, we can talk about this one. Batman Hush. This, one of my friends in college had this, and it sat out in one of the lounge areas, and I read it 3 times, I think. It is a very dark comic, graphic novel, but it's very good. I remember just being like, whoa. Like, a little bit hard to read at times, but because it just gets so very dark in, like, it's violent, but it's delving deep into both Batman and the Joker's respective psyches and their strange, almost codependent relationship. It's very interesting. It's very well done. And the art style is fantastic. Like, it's dark, but it's still, like, saturated. And yeah, I found this for a really good price, so I bought it because I wanted it. I've got this one, Light of the Oracle. A companion to the Seer and the Sword and the Elder's Cape. I don't think I got the other ones yet. Did I order them? I can't even remember anymore. I have been ordering a lot of books. It's bad, but also good. Hooray, I love books. I went through the young adult section. My dad always used to tease me, when are you going to graduate to the adult fiction? And I would always tell him, when the young adult section runs out of good stories, which it has not yet so far, because people keep writing more of them. And there are so many amazing young adult books. They're not badly written for being less dense and world building heavy and whatever else. And I just remember really liking the main character of this one. I also like this cover. Like, this one's, it's kind of beat up, but I just think it's really pretty. Usually I don't like people on covers. Case in point, this real photograph girl here. But this is actually kind of stylized. It's nice. And it goes with, like, the size of the book and the time it came out in. You know, it fits. It's not super cheesy. This is cheesy. Princess of Glass. It goes with this one and this one. So this is the first one, Princess of the Midnight Ball. It's a retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses, and the guy that saves the princesses is an ex-soldier, and he knits. He saves the day by knitting magical stuff with yarn, or stuff with magical yarn. And I just love that. I just love it. Makes this is delightfully not historical dress. None of these ones really are. These are classic, not particularly any period of time dresses. But anyways, and they're real people. And real people on covers is cheesy, but also, when did these come out? I read them in like 2010 and copyright 2009. There we go. So, I don't know, they're perfect of their time. They're really, easy reads. But again, they're just fun, and I really like the characters. They're, like, spunky. She's spunky, I remember. I don't remember anything about her, honestly. I reread these ones, but I only read this one once, so I don't remember anything. But they're allowed to be girls. This was before girls had to be girl bosses. They could just be girls that knew their own minds and were full characters without being, you know, it necessary for them to wield a sword or something. So, and I love fairy tale retellings. Oof, 25 minutes, that's great. Let's hurry up, shall we? Been meaning to read Discworld for the longest time, and by common consensus, it seems to be that if you want to start somewhere, The Color of Magic is like a good place to, because apparently there's not an official first book, but The Color of Magic is probably the best place to start. So this is the one I ordered, and if I like it, then I will buy more of them. I don't remember this. I just remember I read this for school, and I really liked it. Quick, easy read. My mom found out very early that I could learn a lot of stuff through reading things because I devoured books so fast. So she just chucked all kinds of historical fiction at me all throughout school. I was homeschooled. And yeah, this was one of the ones I read, and I remember liking it, so I picked it up. It was only like $6. Pick it up. Night Circus. See, I did buy it, and I still haven't read it. I like this cover though. It's kind of funky. It's it comes highly recommended from a lot of book people's opinions that I have trusted, so yeah, I'll get around to reading it. This one, I own The Protector of the Small Quartet on my Nook, but I wanted it in paperback, and we had I found the last 3 at a used bookstore for practically new condition, but not the first one, and I cannot find it in that same cover, so now I had, if I want to have it in paperback, this is the only option. I could reorder, get the other ones. I might do that, even though these covers are terrible. I despise them. But it's a different size, it's a different thickness, it's terrible. But Tamora Pierce, one of my all-time favorite fantasy authors, she writes very easy fantasy, but it's also relatable. She writes immersive worlds in a fairly simplistic style, but characters that feel very real, and the heart of it is that, I don't know, it's just so rereadable. It's such an enjoyable, pleasant time, even when not pleasant things are happening. It's just good. It's good fiction. Her Beckett Cooper trilogy is my favorite. It just is fantastic. And I think it's her best writing, personally. This, I've heard many good things about as well. What the heck happened here? How did that even... Well, that's thoroughly disappointing. And I must have done that. It wasn't like this before, but I must have tossed it somehow that it became like this. I don't think it was like this. I'm not convinced I'm gonna love this. I know that there's many good things have been said about it, and I am excited to read it. But no guarantees that I'm gonna like it. So if I don't like it, that's okay. I don't know. I used to be a lot more annoyed at books having bad conditions. But it doesn't bother me as much anymore. It bothers me if, I bought this used, so my expectations came properly low. Anyways, sorry this is not a very sounds video. I keep forgetting to, make page sounds or whatever. It's just me talking and showing you books. And you staring at my old sheets. Okay, then we've got, oh, there it is. Ever, the other book by Gail Carson Levine. I don't love this cover, but this guy is like a low-level god in the mythology of this world, and they fall in love, and in order to be with him, she has to become also immortal and like a low-key goddess, but she has to like go through these tests to get there, and it's in first person and alternates between them very quickly, and it was the first book I ever read that did that, and it's not the most intriguing story because it really is just her going through the tests and him being with her during it and reacting to it, but this, like, the alternating points of view and being in both of their heads about it, like, that was interesting enough. And it's a really short book. It's about more like the style of it, a snapshot. I like it. Okay, then I rewatched Whale Rider recently. I didn't really want it with the movie covers are dumb and annoying, but so I got the book because I forgot that it was based on a book, and then I got this one which my grandpa recommended to me, also about Maori, just, New Zealand cultural history and everything, because I read The Thornbirds, and he said this is not like that, but a similar thing. It's good. Alright, I'm clearly forgetting how to talk now, so this is the end of all the books, though. We made it to the end. I recommend the Graceling series for sure. I've read those, you can trust me, they're good. I recommend anything by Jessica Day George and Gail Carson Levine. They write, it's simplistic, more like middle grade fantasy books, but not in like a Percy Jackson don't talk down to the reader, very well written, good stories kind of a way. Like simplistic stories, but well thought out and really interesting characters. And quick reads. So if you're looking for something to just ease you back into reading, then that's perfect for that. And I'll see you in the next video, which will hopefully have more ASMR sounds. Bye-bye.